like that movie Obsession. No. Have you seen that yet? Have you seen the previews for it? No. Oh, it's really good. For the audience that's watching this.
Yeah, we're
Obsession.
Anyway,
I think it's Obsession or Obsessed. I can't remember. It's one of those two. It's new. It's from the Curry Barker dude. It's really hilarious, but it's got a crazy lady in it.
pros or cons.
What?
It's like pros or cons.
Pros and cons?
Yeah.
Pro.
Okay. Give me a pro.
Okay. Pros and cons. I like this. It's like a game.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know
Yeah,
where we're going to go with
let's
this.
do it. Let's play it.
Pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Okay, you start. I'll start with a. Oh, look, a deer. I'll start with a. I'm gonna be a geeky tourist and video it. So sorry.
Take a break.
My girls will love this.
It's a little doe.
Yep.
It's a little doe with antlers going down to get a sip of water, but you got a gun. Boom! You killed Bambi.
You got his attention when you did that. Oh, here we go. Here he goes. This is why we came up here, you know. So this is this week's Business Buzz up at
Business Buzz
Hualapai
and Hualapai.
Mountain Resort, the Hualapai Resort. No,
Yeah,
it's called
Hualapai
Hualapai Mountain Resort.
Resort.
Yeah, restaurant
and
and bar and hotel
Hotel.
and cabins.
It's cooler up here.
It's cooler. It's like 10, 12 degrees. It's like 85 right now. 86.
85. It's 100 something.
Tolerable.
Down. Yeah.
This is not bad at all.
This is
A
workable.
little breeze every once in a while.
Oh, it's
perfect. Thank you.
Chocolate milk.
No apologies at how strong these are.
Okay, thank you.
No.
All right.
We won't tell anybody.
All right. So yeah, it's nice, you know, when it's August. I think everybody knows who's lived in the tri-state area long enough that August is.
I actually got my anniversary.
Dangerous.
My anniversary at Kingman Animal Hospital
Oh yeah.
was this month. 25 years.
Holy cow.
That's half my life.
That's
I've
a long
spent-
time.
It's the love of the animal. It's the compassion. It's the day-to-day. It's a day-to-day bustle, but overall,
Yeah.
each animal has its own, personality and character about them, and it's kind of really cool to be able to reach down and touch them or whatever, and they allow you to do that. And they're like,
Yeah.
the owners are like, they never liked men before. I always have a men problem because it's a woman's field
Right.
now, not a man's
Oh,
field.
yeah, that's
so,
true.
so you walk in, you get these little. Oh, he doesn't like men. And Mom, would you give me a chance and maybe see?
Right.
I probably got the biggest heart of any man.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, but I get down there, I start talking with the owner, and then
Yeah.
the animal.
They see that they're communicating with you friendly.
Right. That's the main part of it all.
Right.
Oh, if Mom's talking to him, he must be okay.
Right. Yeah.
And then you work your angles with biscuits or treats,
Right.
or whatever the case may be.
Bribery part
Right. Yeah.
sets in.
And
Yeah.
It's a known giveaway.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And then the owner's, oh, they don't eat. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Yeah. What do you want to? So
Let's do. I can do a pro and a con, but
Okay.
we'll start with the pro.
we'll start with pros.
All right.
Okay.
How are we gonna play this?
I don't know. I'll start my pro because I already thought of it. So
Okay,
my
that's
pro is the pros of working with pros.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'll be the con. You be the pro.
Okay.
How about that?
All right. Yeah.
All right.
It's like Apple and Mac commercial from like 1990.
Hey.
So to me, the pros of working with pros is my analogy that I give a lot of people of. If you have a medical issue, if your car breaks down, you don't know how to
No, I'm
fix
just kidding. I'm not
it.
sleeping.
If you have an electrical issue at your house,
Oh yes.
are you going to diagnose yourself? Are you going to fix your own car? Are you going to fix your own electrical? Are you going to fix your own stuff? Or are you going to go to a pro who is skilled and trained and understands that issue and is qualified?
Qualified
I think is a
is the
good term
word.
to use
Yes.
to do it, and you will then pay them to do it so that you know it's done right. The pros of working with a pro, in my mind, is that certainly in marketing and advertising and in digital web stuff that I do and you
We do.
I think is that we're qualified. When you work with someone who's qualified, you get quality work back.
Well, how long you've been doing websites? Probably when.
I've been doing
when
it
did
for 15 years now.
Yeah.
Since 2011, when I kind of got forced into, do I try to do a secondary business to my primary business? Because my primary business was a franchise, and the franchise had a lot of shakeups happening on a national level. And I had a business partner at the time, and it was like, well, either we sink with the ship if it does sink, or at least I can start creating a life raft now in case it does.
Kind of what I did with
really similar.
Yeah,
with the animal
2010
stuff.
with the animal hospital.
Yeah.
You know, most technicians can't even get, you know, a retirement. And what the
Right.
retirement is very sad.
Yeah.
And our poor bodies are falling apart.
Yeah.
So working, where was I going with that? Shit.
That basically you found another job
Where I can fall back on later on, or as I got, then you got AI that jumped in and ripped our butt out. Anyway, leave it alone.
To me, it was like all about learning this new skill and this new thing, and it ended up working out really well. And I ended up selling my, business one a few years ago, about 4 years ago now, and this is all I do. So my point is we're working a pro, is that you're working with a qualified person who's skilled, who has a lot of history of doing it, success and failures, which is important that you learn from what doesn't work. And because of that, you get quality work for your business. So like the businesses that we work with, we have net positive effects with. And there are a lot of businesses out there that instead of going with a pro, they go with either themselves, which maybe isn't educated on it, doesn't understand it, how it works.
That would be your employee that you
or
hire,
family member.
They got him in the page, and next thing you know, they're a disgruntled employee, and they took off with it. But being
my nephew knows how to build websites. He built one for his church back in Washington, so now he's busy building one for us. And it's like, well, okay, But so I think that the pro is that they're qualified, and you get quality back. And I know that a lot of people who hear that remember the stories of, well, I took my car to the mechanic and they screwed it up. I called a plumber and they made it worse. That does happen. It happens. Sometimes people hire a pro and they don't get a pro quality thing back. But you're also usually working with, not all the cases, but usually you're working with an employee of the business. And that's kind of one of the things that I kind of pride myself in, is I've been able to stay small enough in like my marketing business that yes, I have people that work for me, but the buck stops with me. Every piece of work comes through me. I'm like the filter before it hits the client.
Same here. I wouldn't do it any other way.
And so that way it's me really, and I'm the one with the 15 years of experience. I'm the one that's built all of our websites, and I'm the one that's started every single client that we've ever had, and I'm the one that's overseeing every single client that I've ever had. And I think that's a big difference than the guy that, you took your car to Walmart to get its oil changed instead of going to a local place, and you dealt with someone who maybe is brand new, just got off the training of the oil thing, and they forgot to put the cap back on, and now all of a sudden you leave
and you blow the engine.
Yeah, your oil disappears.
Boom!
You're not. There was no quality assurance from the owner of Walmart making sure that
this would be the con to that. Yes, you're doing a pro and a con at the same time.
I know, right? Yeah,
you screwed me all up. You took my con.
You can find another one.
Yeah, the con is basically
Tell us some of the horror stories.
Huh? What horror stories? What kind of
horror
stories?
Of people going with not a pro.
Okay, so
we've all seen them.
Well, yeah. Well, you have these companies that are going out there selling text messaging. This is kind of in the bracket that we're in. Text message, mailers, all that. Even website designers or marketing companies. I've ran across companies now that I work with and seen that they spend a lot of money on their marketing. The marketing people, the teams they're not even from here.
Yeah,
they're from Texas. They're
Tennessee,
from
Florida, or
so
overseas.
How are they actually marketing you and not being on premises? And then on the back end of that is when we come in and say, hey, we can do this. I have 16 years. I started in 2010 on social media on Facebook. MySpace is coming back. You hear it? MySpace is coming back. I tried to look for my old MySpace. I can't remember the email or the password. So I'm ready to start all over, and that's going to be exciting. But yes, go back to our cons. And then they get, when you walk in, and we went down this road.
We tried it.
And it doesn't work for us. I go, one reason why you don't have any personal relationship with your marketing company. You don't have a one-on-one. The guy doesn't come in once a month or once a week, whatever the case would be, get some info from you without a ticket, which the tickets I've heard run from 24 witch reading to like 72 hours. So that'd be the con of this whole marketing issue, our website design. Those guys, they might be experts, I've seen some of their stuff. They're not experts, and there's no personality behind their marketing team at all.
Right.
Actually, I'm struggling with one right now. Believe it or not, marketing company for this company that I work with. I do all their social media. The problem is that we had that company within it say, "Oh, well, you're going to go with a social media guy or a social media content creator, whatever you want to call me." I call myself an
Profit engineer.
A profit engineer. That's that's one of my. I'm also working on some other ones, but overall, the problem is when they shut him off, they shut off his Instagram, which is very important right now. Yeah, I'm running his Google, his website, or his Google, his Facebook, his overall campaign. But the problem is I can't get into Instagram, which we all know that Instagram is part of the AI recognition.
Yeah, actually,
where you're going to get cited on chat bots, which is a big problem for me. Here it is, almost 6 months. He's tried to get the company to come over. This is a marketing company that does hundreds of these companies. I'm just going to put one, a physical therapist companies. They run hundreds of them. I've looked at it. Bad return. I've tried to reach out to him. He's told them to email me. Actually, today, he actually reached out to me today. The company did say, "Hey, do you have time to talk?" Well, they haven't sent me an email all year. They said they would. Have you checked your spam? Yes, I checked my spam. The crazy thing is I gave them an email that I don't use only for my clients.
Right.
That means nobody's getting in there and adding stuff, maybe my Bitcoin. But anyway, but I leave it for them to come in, and I know exactly what's going on with them. He reaches out to me in a text. Professionalism, I call it. Do you have time to talk? I answered immediately and said, yes, I'm actually sitting right here in front of the computer doing content editing. And no reach back, no phone call back. I said, you know what? After 30 minutes, I reached out for the phone. I ended up in an answering machine. Professionalism. Cons.
That's a good
That's
con.
a con.
Right there.
That's a con.
Con, so mine's like...
Here we go.
Pro with going to pro. Yours is the cons with going with a con.
Huh?
Yours is I like that. Like the pros with going with a pro and the cons with going with a con.
Cons.
And there is a lot of that. I like the old snake oil salesman type thing where there's these stories, old stories and tales from back in the days of the West.
I remember. This is crazy. I remember them selling encyclopedias door to door. That's how old I am.
Door to door.
Keep it down, X's. I know you're out there watching.
Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, they would sell those, or even the vacuum that was door to door back in the
Kirby.
I remember that.
Yeah.
They had several other ones.
I heard they're doing that again. Vacuum sales door to door.
I don't think it's gonna work. No. People don't even answer their door. I'm wide home. I don't even answer my door. Yeah. I have a ring. I'm all. Yeah, I'm not.
People meet you with a gun.
I will answer the door to elders.
There you go.
And they know who they are.
Yeah,
elders.
Yeah. They stop in.
God bless you.
Once a week. Make sure that you haven't converted.
You got to say hi to elders. They ride bikes. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And it's hot.
It's hot.
They're troopers, man. They're on a mission, literally.
A mission.
Yeah.
Give me another pro.
So that's good. So I think another pro is we'll go with pro with going with a professional. Pro with going with a pro for video. Ooh. Pro with video.
Well, when you go to the video part, you got to remember there's a whole bunch of apps out there. Everybody thinks they know.
Yep.
Go ahead, give me your pro.
So we'll start with
the
pro
already.
So the pro is hopefully the pro that you go with. They don't need fancy equipment. I think that's a big misnomer. Is it's like I have some really expensive equipment, and I also have my phone, and I also have these little cameras that are only like $600 a piece. So you can go
only $600.
Well, I mean, or just your phone.
Then you add the filter, and there's another $150.
Yeah,
it's a $1,000 bill.
But at the end of the day, like it's not really necessarily what you're shooting with; it's what you're shooting of. And the way that you then edit it and making sure that the audio levels are correct. And if anybody's watching this, you've heard and seen videos that we've done where the audio is bad because we've had issues where the equipment fails or we think that it's sounding okay. It's so stuff like that happens. But when you go with a pro, the good news is that those failures teach us lessons. And we take those lessons that we've learned, and we
also get yelled at by our clients.
We hopefully apply them towards the next shoot. So I think the biggest pro is that you get someone who has shot a whole lot more video than most likely any individual on the planet.
But
me and you both as a pro, we shoot so much and so frequently, and so many variations. You're shooting food one day, you're shooting someone's knee
knee brace or
therapy,
knee therapy,
the next.
or at the doctor's office shooting them, working with their
a pest control. I'm following around a pest control
I
guy
saw
as
you
he's
do
spraying
that.
stuff. So I think that we have having a variety of clients, and that's something that I talk a lot about when I'm doing like our reporting for clients. Is that we see so much of it, so much data that we're able to know what works and what doesn't work. And when we're shooting, we're already thinking of what works, and then we're trying to apply the logic of how a video works regardless of the industry, and we're trying to apply it specifically to that industry. And I think that most people, when they're not going with a pro and they're just doing it themselves or having their family member do the video, they don't have the volume of videos they've done. They don't have the data to know what works and what doesn't work. They usually are just chasing the trends, and the trends will maybe spike up a lot of views really quickly. But the problem with
the trends right now are actually being frowned upon right now.
The problem is that trends.
That's my con.
And I agree with
cons.
that. Yeah, that the platforms are starting to look at trends as being very shallow.
You can't do this trick every time where you pop in a glass. Everybody knows how to cut the camera and put it in your hand.
Well, and what they're doing is what's happening is certainly for local businesses, which we deal with, majority is all local, right?
Yes. That's the only way I'll go, because I can't go out to California.
Correct. Trends are typically trends because they popped off nation or worldwide.
What we're talking,
which means that when you jump in on that trend, you are jumping in on a bigger pool that maybe has 1% of your local audience that's going to see it. Although you might have 10,000 views, only 10 of your local saw it. Now, if you focus more on the quality of the message that you're trying to make and not follow a trend, instead of getting 10,000 views, you might get 500 views, but that's 500 locals versus only 10 locals. So there is a numbers game when it comes to like chasing trends. So the pros is quantity of videos, quantity of the data, so you know what works and what doesn't work, quantity of variations of varieties of client types that gives us like a better understanding of like the best ways to shoot in any type of environment, any type of product type or service type.
That's the experience we take on as we're learning,
Yeah, 100%.
Got six. Well, I never shot a video.
I know
in 2010.
Right. We weren't doing that.
No, we were just taking photos on our flip phones. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But now the phones are. You don't need all this fancy equipment. You just need a good pro iPhone or a good Samsung. I don't Galaxies.
Yeah, the Galaxy models, Ultras, and all that.
But they have good cameras.
They do.
And you can.
And you know how to structure the video. You know how to. You have a good editing program.
Sometimes I'll just go in. There's a lot of clients I go in and I don't even have any structure. All I know is I'm going to need them working with clients or the experience they're having at the time of either an event or that day. So a lot of times I shoot from the hip. A lot of people structure themselves out. Yes, I run through a lot of data.
Like a mental shot list in a sense. Like you kind of like are like, I know what shots that I want to get when I'm, because you've done it so much.
Yes.
In your mind, you kind of create this like little shot list. Like, okay, I want to get a close-up of this. I also want to get a back-up of this. I want to get one from a higher. I want to get one from a lower. So you already know, like, I need more angles.
Because now if you shoot outward, you're going to pick up a whole lot more. And as you're editing it, you're going to be able to see, I didn't even know that was in the shot. And you can take this long shot and make it focus that 9/16 right on that person. Right. People in the pool. The pool shots are phenomenal. I mean,
you get people in their candid moments, which is hard to capture.
It is. Because when they see a camera come up, everybody shies away from it. Don't worry. I definitely go out and I say, I'm shooting you. You guys have a good time. Ignore me. All of it's going to go on social media. You might make the cut. You might not, depending on the shot. It's a simple thing. The cons of that.
Right. Of not hiring a pro to do your video content. What's the cons?
The cons are you're going to get crappy reels. They'll be very stagnant. And the problem is, and I'm learning as I go on, the noise that is generated through the swiping of the swipe. I call it the deadly feed. The deadly swipe, because you'll be locked in forever. I'm seeing the noise that people are putting out, the music, or how they have a song. Let's just put it this way. They have a song they're applying to it. But the song has talking in it. And now they're talking over the song. A lot of times you don't need that. You don't need that. You just need ambiance behind the message.
Yeah.
And again, if it's not quality or something, I would say trending. My big thing is outlaw AI stuff, and it's starting to hit really well. I like it. Some of my clients like it. Obviously, I've done a couple of sets DJing it, and they like it. I mean, everybody's doing cover songs. This is how I look at it. Everybody's doing cover songs.
Yep.
I don't know where this is going.
Okay. Well, just types of
everybody-
content that you're doing to you're not necessarily chasing a trend, but you're finding an opportunity that's currently trendy. You're not chasing the trend in a sense. You're like finding something that you're already familiar with. You're familiar with the music because you're a DJ.
Right. I listen to everything.
You literally know what works in person at places.
And the crazy thing is,
you're just applying it towards your
you
content.
hear some crazy stuff? You guys don't know who I work for, so you wouldn't really know. Or you don't know my clients, but you probably are watching their stuff because I know you are because of the numbers and the analytics.
Yeah.
Anyway, vibrations and messaging within the frequencies actually tone or bring a level down. So when you're talking about, people get excited being on either a boat or hiking, and then they got that real good slamming, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you want to work the audience in your hook. So, I'm out here in the wilderness. Why not bring it in with like a Paramount epic kind of like scene where you're kind of building to that scene where you're talking, but the background sounds like a suspense, caption of it. Yeah. That's the vibration. That's you're pulling them into your screen,
right?
And that's so important.
I've always thought that is just like a movie buff, that the music, the sound editing, and the music is so important, that when you think of every movie that's ever been really good, it always had an unbelievable soundtrack with it.
So,
and so that's why you always find the same composers are on certain, like Christopher Nolan uses. But
don't shoot. Oh, go ahead. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
But I can't remember the names of either.
Don't shoot something, or those creators are local right now. Don't shoot something, and then so wildly, and then you go back to edit it, it wasn't that great of a shot. I say pick your music. I have a lot of certain music. I'll just tell you, the Outlaw right now is doing really good. AI stuff. Because cover bands are cover bands. Right. What are they doing?
Right. Same.
The music nowadays sucks.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks. And to be honest with you, I've had to rethink how I'm putting it out there. Yeah, your 80s work, your 90s work. But right now, the music that's being put out right now doesn't make any sense because everybody knows the Biggie song.
Right.
And there's a comedian that puts it out. You know a Biggie song when you hear a Biggie song and everybody starts singing along.
Right.
But then you have these new songs. It's a lifestyle. It's a life. It's 3 syllables through the whole song.
Yeah.
That is not something you want to put on your video or what.
It doesn't get people moving.
It doesn't get anything moving. Reggae's are really good right now. Reggae's coming back with like horns. I mean, it's really hitting the scene.
My favorite thing to do before I moved out here was in Maine. Is there's an island right off the coast of Portland.
Oh, Kenny Chesney kind of stuff.
Reggae, dude, Reggae.
Oh,
so it's right. It's called Peaks Island. It's like a 15 to 20 minute or so boat ride. You take the ferry out on a Sunday.
That's
dude, it's a reggae fest every Sunday. It's happening, in the summertime.
That'd be so much fun.
It was the best thing to look forward to. Not that Sundays aren't a holy day and a day of rest and all this. But the other things to look forward to is Reggae Fest at Peaks Island in Maine, and you can they even had like a little hotel and a restaurant so you could stay there, or you just take the last ferry, which was like, I think the last ferry was like at 4 or 5, so you'd get back into Portland right around 4 or 5, and there was this really cool bar called The Wharf, and it was like, a deck that was 150 feet long.
Why didn't you film it? Oh, that's right. We didn't have any cameras back then.
We didn't do a lot of
we still had the click.
It just wasn't good. Even like even when I, so 2013. You had smartphones, but they just weren't as good. They're clunky, big. The battery.
Some of the videos I took back then with some of the artists I'm like, I can't even show this because it's all
Yeah.
not 180. It's
Right.
like 320.
Yeah.
It's all blurry.
Back then you also had like to put everything on like memory cards, and you didn't have anything. There was no free storage for anything anywhere. It was
This guy on a memory card.
Yeah.
I was invented with the floppy disk.
Yeah, I remember the floppy. I had games on a floppy. I remember that. Yeah. Okay, so pros and cons. We'll do another one. Let's see here. So pros of before we get into that though, because you had mentioned. Oh, go ahead.
Okay,
first.
the music.
I remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is really
Finding the right
restaurant.
music.
No, yeah. Well, restaurants. Some do play music, some don't.
Right.
Do you know it's actually been scientifically proven? And if you guys check me on this, that's fine. You can
Fact check it.
Fact check it.
You should do like
There's
a
been
VH1.
study. Well, when you start your afternoon at a restaurant, a lot of restaurants don't play music. A lot of restaurants do. Sometimes when you walk in, or any establishment, it can be used for any establishment, but I focus on restaurants because I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
And I try to help the restaurant or bar
Yeah.
obtain customers longer. If you play your afternoon with a 105, with the 100 to 105 to I
Frequency?
would say 108 BPMs.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's going to set the tone for the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little more beady.
Okay.
But towards midday, you're going to bring it down to like 98. It's going to give you a more settling, but it's going to make people want to conversate and lean over with each other and talk longer, which will buy more drinks.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, or say the evening, you're going to go back up to the 105, but you're going to kind of create a rhythm or a melody within it that make people feel more comfortable about staying longer, because that's the whole object.
Right.
Some of my restaurants, they just want to turn a table.
Turn and burn.
Some of them want to create an experience
Right.
for individuals. I tend to DJ in that kind of format.
Yeah.
You kind
I
of like
that.
bring it up, bring it down,
Yeah.
and bring it in the middle.
Yeah.
But if you know these BPMs and you're playing music within your, if you're not, you should be,
Right.
because it makes a customer stay longer.
Well, that's why all the big guys they do that.
Yeah, Chili's.
They have their own channels that
Right,
they've licensed
right.
the music for, and they do exactly
The
what you're saying. It's like-
corporation
it's
picks
all
it out,
set.
but these
Yeah.
small ones don't
Right,
understand
they
that.
don't
So
have that.
you're gonna walk in,
Yeah.
and midday you might want to hear some Johnny Cash
Right.
or some little bit of Usher, which is all within the BPM of that lunch hour. But in the evening time, you want to bring it down at that point where you're creating an environment where they want to do conversation.
Yeah.
Just
That's
just
cool.
FYI note, I'm
Yeah.
like a nerd when it comes to music
Yeah,
and
understanding.
helping the restaurants and bars to
Yeah.
like, why aren't we playing music right now? I'm
Right.
there's no music out here, but we have a good conversation
Right,
going, and
right.
looking around, everybody
And there
has
could be music going. I think that would be cool if
right.
it was.
Well, they have speakers out here.
Yeah, so there must
but
be
it doesn't
something.
have to be loud that people don't
Right.
have to yell over it.
Right.
It just has to be background noise
Yep.
to create an experience
Yep.
that they're having, not with your establishment, your food, and their friends.
Right. Yep.
It's a win-win.
Yep.
I haven't been doing
I
this
like
for
that.
30 years.
I know, right? The psychology of melody. It's like
It's crazy, but it's working. And right now, when we're in this economy, every moment
Oh,
counts.
yeah, for sure.
Every experience
yeah.
counts.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I know there was just another announcement. Today's Wednesday, so today every Wednesday I have a hospitality report that is pulled from all kinds of sources using Perplexity, and so I
the
send
same.
it to my restaurant and hospitality people. I send it to Jim, who's does
Some of my
blog
people don't want to see it.
I know, and
Some people don't want to hear how bad their customer or
Salad-
their food came out.
Salads to Go, which was a big chain, they just filed bankruptcy and they're closing all of their locations. And it's a tough world right now, and it's because I talk about this a lot, but it's because restaurants and bars, they have small margins, which means
Very small.
after expenses. There's very little money left. So when you take inflation and deflation and all this stuff that's happening, as soon as you start to drop the amount of money coming into a restaurant just by 2, 3, 4, 5, 10%, it's like now they're going into the negative because the margins on restaurants, they average net profit 3%, 3 to 5% at the end of the year. 3 to 5 is not very much. As soon as it hits over 5 to 10% in either revenue decline or inflation before you change your menu pricing, as soon as there's this difference, you're literally going into the red. And so then a lot of businesses will try to do value props, thinking that'll bring in more people. But sometimes if you don't do a value prop well, like as in you don't market it, then what you're doing is you're discounting your existing traffic that's already
But I am
coming.
marketing it. I'm putting these pretty pictures on social media and in my
generated
Google.
slop, yeah.
And it's the slop. But
Yeah.
Okay, I'll end it right here with the slop, and I'll never mention it again.
Okay.
Okay, when you throw out slop,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you some few rules that social media abides by, and we both live by it. 30% of the photo itself, 30% of that pic is only supposed to be in words. The slop is throwing all the crap around. Now, with the problem with that, I'm going to tell you guys straight out, you should be only using 2 to 3 fonts. The eye and the brain cannot read all that slop, all in that moment. So the struggle of reading it actually makes them scroll. You just lost a customer because of it.
It's just like, there's old marketing and advertising. I mean, this is the oldest thing in the book since billboards. So
I hate billboards.
Do you know
It's a waste
how
of money.
many? Do you know what the maximum number of words should be on a billboard?
How many?
7.
7 words.
It should never exceed 7. So now think of the same.
Because you only have less than 30 seconds to read it.
Sometimes literally under 8 seconds is the average billboard. So when you think about a social post where you're getting under 2 seconds sometimes, do you think you should have any more than 7? No.
My average is, what are your averages? Because I know mine. I'm a nerd like that because I like to know my
Our
average of my
word
reel.
is usually.
No, your reel. How you know your average
I
reel?
don't know the average view take.
Yeah, I'm doing 6 to 7.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'm setting myself up with clickbait too. A 16-second video is getting 7 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? How you beat that is you go back and you do an 8-second video
Straight to
reel.
completion,
So you're going to get your
Yeah.
completion rate done, and
Yeah.
you're going to brie up.
Yeah.
There's some secrets to it. Here,
Yeah.
I'm giving you guys some keys.
Yeah, and so going back to when you mentioned Instagram,
Oh,
the
boy.
importance and the reason why businesses shouldn't lose their Instagram to their employees mismanaging it, or other agencies that you don't have ownership of the account. Here's something that just came out a few episodes ago, and I talked about how Instagram was being scraped. I don't remember. Okay, it was being scraped by Google for the first time ever. It was showing in results. So here's something that just happened just a few days ago.
All of them are doing it.
So here's a few days ago.
You
ready for
do
this.
all that
So
techie stuff.
Yeah, here's the biggest change in Google Analytics
Give it to me.
ever.
Let's do it.
If you don't hire somebody to do this, then you can still access it yourself. It's called the Google Search Console. Okay, Google Search Console. You can literally Google Search Console, and you will come into
Search
it,
Console.
and you
Got
can
it.
sign into it.
I'm already in it.
You'll be in this area where in the upper left you can add a property. So for me, since I have Google Analytics on all of our websites that we manage, we already have this all set up.
You don't want SEO to die because GEO and all that stuff.
SEO, AEO, GEO, all these things.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, we need to know how it's all working. And so what happened is Google, for the first time ever, has now added a new property type. So when you add in a property, think of it as just your business, your page, your website domain. Now, when you hit add property, you get a new feature where you can add in social media through a approval process, just like you would do on any other platform where you're connecting in you have to approve it, you have to log in. Okay.
Right.
So it's called like an authentication layer. So you can literally add Instagram.
I have 2 of my clients on it.
Okay. You can add in TikTok.
They wanted
you can
it.
add in LinkedIn, I believe. So what happened is Google announced about a month ago or 2 months ago now, it's getting close to 2 months, that they were scraping Instagram. And so what does that mean? Well, it means that Google recognized, it means that Google recognized that if it was going to stay competitive in a search world where we now hear the terms GEO and AEO, which is, generative engine optimization, ask everywhere optimization. So ask what? Ask anything about a business, whether you're on Gemini, ChatGPT, Perplexity, social media channels, or Google. These are areas where people are asking questions, right? And then these
Even
LLMs,
Facebook is doing really good.
Yep, and the LLMs are starting to get involved with the AR overviews, right? So Google said, well, what can we do about this? Well, the LLMs currently are most well known for scraping real-time sources of data to give really current, accurate information. So that's why they're really scraping a lot of Reddit, because Reddit is day-to-day form. Someone will post a topic, other people will get involved. So there's a huge amount of sentiment, which is basically a swath of people all talking and communicating using different knowledge to answer questions and answers, things that are happening, including news topics and stuff, right? So Google said, well, how can we get our search to be more recent? We all remember the days when you search something and it would say like 1 day ago, 1 hour ago, and it was because it was scraping news sources like the B News or CNN or Fox. So what happened now is they're like, you know what? we've been pushing it away so long, social media, we need to pull this information in because we need to have access to current recent
They're all
posts.
fighting. They're all fighting
Oh, the
over
same
for.
thing.
They're all fighting over for the thing. Right.
They're all fighting for it. So they started scraping it. They started showing results. Okay. Now, here's what's important. This is where the Google Search Console came in. So now all of a sudden, those Instagram posts were very valuable because they weren't just showing up on Instagram. Now they're showing up on Google results, right?
Right.
But when someone clicks the result and goes to Instagram, there wasn't a way for you to know that it got clicked on because Instagram doesn't have internal analytics that show how someone reached your page. It shows inside your platform information. So like
That's
how
all
many
it's gonna
people
give
in the
you.
platform. Yep. So what they did is Google, smart, is they now integrated into the Search Console. So now when you add it in, and I have 2 clients right now that it's doing what's called a 48-hour indexing. It's pulling all the information. It takes 48 hours to do it. But they're 2 larger clients, which are ones that this is really relative for, is now I'm going to get reporting on how many people on Google, including search and LLM.
Yep, I see
How
it.
many people see the Instagram post and how many clicked on the Instagram post. And it's going to give data directly from where the sources are seeing that Instagram post on Google.
Do you have to have your Instagram and Facebook? These are questions that they're going to ask you. Do you need to have your links attached to the Google? Because some businesses don't even know that they can put their social media on their
Are you thinking
Google
of the Google
page.
Business Profile? You
Basically.
don't have to. But so that's actually a little side note. So Google Business Profile is different than Google Search Console. Google Business Profile, yes, you should put your handles on there only so that people see them, and that will be tracked inside of the Search Console.
When you say cited, this is kind of funny because people think of a ticket when you say cited.
Oh, yeah.
I would say more. What's the other word? It starts with a C. Oh, damn it!
It'll be
You're cited.
well, cited basically just means that it's
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the word? Hold on. I'm trying.
What are you
trying to think of the word.
Citation?
That's the word.
Citation is cited is
Cited,
the
but
verb
you want to be
of
the
citation.
right?
Yeah.
So you want a citation
Yeah.
from.
You want a citation? Yeah, you want your social profile.
So test it out tonight.
Yeah.
Test it out tonight.
Google
Get
Search,
on one of your.
Google Search Console. If you have access to your Instagram page, which you should, hopefully you do, or you have someone that's running your page, just say, hey, can you get my Instagram attached to my Search Console
And if
so
they
that we
don't
can
know
track it?
any of that stuff, then you might want to look elsewhere for.
Yeah,
people
come to
help you.
us. We'll help you.
Yeah, we'll help you.
These
but
are the things that, like, so let's put it this way. If when you ask the person currently managing your website, if they have your Instagram attached to your Google Search Console and they don't know about this, it means they're not doing their homework as a marketing company and a website company.
Right.
Because the truth is this stuff does change very frequently. It comes out, but for me, my job is to always know the changes that are happening.
I want to be able.
All
this
the
is
time.
crazy. This is crazy. I want to be able. The money you give me, I want to be able to say,
Right.
I brought them.
Right.
It's our job to bring them in.
Right.
It's up to your employees
Yeah.
to keep them.
To keep them.
Because if it's not happening,
Yeah.
you can be cited all day.
Right.
Cited. So ask ChatGPT or Reddit or whatever about your company, business
that's
owners.
another easy way.
Yeah,
Yep,
pick it up
Yep.
and say, I need a restaurant in Kingman, Arizona that serves whatever
Right.
your dish is.
Yeah.
And the best talked about one there is.
Yeah.
If you're not cited, you're going to get a restaurant, and then you're going to get restaurants underneath that apply. If you're not in that, you're missing the boat.
You're missing a lot of traffic and a lot of business.
A lot. 10, 20%. I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it through companies. We're up 20%.
Yeah.
Month by month. Even in a recession, we're still up.
Yeah.
20%. I mean, obviously I'm doing what needs to be done.
Right.
But they're doing what they're doing, keeping the customer coming back.
Right. Yeah.
That's
it
the
is
key.
2 sides to it.
I can only do so much.
Yeah.
Or we
Right.
can only do so much.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. We can't do all the marketing and show up at the restaurant and work the restaurant or work
Hi,
the bar
welcome
or work
in.
the place.
Come on
yeah.
in, take a seat.
Yeah, it's
They miss that.
It's
A lot of
it's
people.
left up to more to it, and it is one of those things too. Like as for what we do, like we're willing to work with anybody, but we're also not willing to work with businesses that actually don't care or they're not willing to put in effort themselves. Like to me, I've had to tell a lot of potential clients, like, hey, can't work with you. Like we're just not a good fit. And the truth is like, it's our job to make sure we're a good fit so that were effective and that they're not wasting money with us.
I won't take them if I'm going to waste money on them or time, because there's no sense. There's going to be a guy that needs. I can only run 10. I know you can do more because you have
a lot of systems and tools.
You got all kinds of systems in play because you're much bigger and you have employees underneath you. Me, I'm a local, doing it all by myself, building your voice, creativity, content creating, and all that. And it must be important because you're on the phone.
Sorry, it's the client speaking. I
know.
Yeah,
so we got to answer the call, and that's they didn't put a ticket in because they have direct contact with you. That's great about being a local marketing company. I had one today. Can you fix this post? It doesn't have it right. I said, not a problem. Took me 2 seconds, fixed it, and go from there. Anyway, hold on. Cut. We're going to take a break.
Sorry, no, I'm back.
No,
it was just, it's a website.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Look at this run.
No, and actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to use this as part of our pros and cons, right? Okay, so I didn't say who the client was, but I could say the issue that they're having because they unfortunately they went down the con route before I started working with them, and they
had an employee working for them, and it was kind of a task, but now they're fired.
They tried to work with a pro, but the problem with some pros, unfortunately, is that they try to find angles.
They take your money.
They try to find angles to kind of like take advantage of the business by holding you hostage to their whatever they're offering. Right. Here's an example. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to be completely transparent also on the way I do website design and management because I am transparent about it. And there's a clear difference in the way I do things. Okay, so here's what happened with this con artist, I'm going to call him, is that the business...
Is it con? You're not doing a pro?
It's the pro of going with a pro, but I'm going to have to share the con so you understand.
Oh,
so I'm going to take a boat.
I already know the con, but go ahead.
Here's the con. There was a company...
No, the pro.
Well, the pro with going with me is when I came into the business, I was able to identify what makes them unique, special, valuable to their community.
Very important.
It was a restaurant, so the beauty of their food, the beauty of the environment that they set, the staff, and I was able to take the real world of their business and translate it in, I think, perfect symmetry to their digital world, which means their website now represents what the experience is like without being there. So it makes you want to go there to experience it yourself.
Do it all the time. I love it.
And it's through photos and visual effects and correct branding and correct verbiage and making sure that the
storytelling,
the UI and UX, which is like how you move around a site, is easy, and what's important is easily accessible. Okay. So I came in and I fixed this issue by building this new thing that I felt did better. I also did a lot of things that they needed, such as catering options. So they do catering, but there was no clear catering area. There was no catering menu. There was no catering form. It was basically just like a contact us if you want catering.
They just threw it out there, but yeah, you're throwing it out there. Lots of money.
Here's some beautiful pictures from catering that we've done offsite. Here's some beautiful pictures from catering we've done onsite.
They took pictures for you?
They had pictures. They had them sitting around.
So what are you doing?
I built a custom form that is built around their catering options with, how many of certain items you want, and so you fill it out, the date, the time, the event venue. Are you doing it here? Are you doing it there? And you submit it. It goes directly to the catering manager who's responsible.
That's what I like.
So I did all this stuff, right?
Yeah, I like how it just
and it's been working. We're talking every 2-3 days, 10 people, 50 people, 80 people, 100 people, cities, weddings, birthday parties, quinceañeras, constantly catering requests are coming, which is great. So I know it's working. But that's the pro. The con is that before I got there, they wanted to try to save money on takeout orders, online orders. And instead of them just doing kind of what a lot of businesses do, which is they either work with like a Toast or they work with DoorDash and Uber Eats,
which eat up your money.
They went with this kind of funky little business that sounds like it's maybe only in Arizona, maybe even only in a certain city in Arizona. And they went with them, and that company put together a really dog shit, excuse the language, website that did not represent the brand properly, I don't think. That, again, didn't have all the things that I talked about. So when I came in and I saw that, I was like, oh, this site, yeah, let's redo it. And they're like, oh, well, that's tied to our online ordering. I'm like, well, you can still have an online ordering button, and we'll still use it,
yeah.
and it'll drop people right on the online ordering part. But what we really need to do is make sure that that it's on a separate domain, not because it was like a domain that was close to their name.
Right.
I was like, you need to have it like order dot and then the business, and then it'll be a subdomain, and it's kind of more hidden, and it's on our site. And so they requested it, and the company wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. Month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, right?
But they're still working with the old system. Or the system that...
They just kind of let go of that site. It was still there, but I changed the Google Business Profile. I changed the social handles. So it's pretty much not there, but it's still on that. It's still, when you search for the business, it still shows up in the results. And it doesn't say, this is not the correct site. This is not the... It was still there. So my client ended up getting frustrated.
The one you just talked to on the phone.
The one I just dealt with.
Interrupt this whole thing.
They quit using them for online ordering because of these issues they were having. And they ended up using, I think they're using DoorDash and Uber Eats or something like that.
What do they think about 20%
We're working
out?
on, and that's one thing that I'm actually waiting on hearing from an API developer for Ohana. Ohana is like the nation's largest, probably, fine dining and large business restaurant point of sale system.
Right.
And the client I'm working with actually knows the owner very well, and so there is what's called an API, so I can have
follow
online
up with
ordering.
that, please. Let's talk about that.
For sure. Because I'm going to be building I'm going to be building in an integrated online ordering system using the API so that there's no cost. There's
whatsoever.
No additional cost. Now, it would be only good for ordering online and picking up. I know, right? So you'll still have to have DoorDash and Uber Eats to go driving around, but for pickup, they don't respond to emails or phone calls. Don't respond to emails or phone calls. This is the client that they had worked with. Yeah. So anyway,
on the spot during the podcast.
So yeah, I know, right? Isn't this crazy? We were just talking about it. So basically, coincidentally, yeah. I mean, that you just saw it. They're not answering. So what's happening is now this domain is just out there in the friggin' ether, where when someone searches for their restaurant, they're coming to our correct site. They're also going to come across the Google Business Profile. They're going to come across, which has the link to the correct site. They're going to come across probably DoorDash and Uber and Yelp, maybe even TripAdvisor.
Underneath.
But then this rogue friggin' domain that has their name of their business still in it is clickable. It goes to this other site. It tries to get people on the order.
I had a problem with that. It gave a discount. I had one of my clients say that, blah, blah, blah.
And they're going to have to sue them. Because what ends up happening is if they're not responding to emails, it's first of all they're using their brand and their name and their reputation, and they're trying to take orders still, which means they're collecting payment.
They're payment, but they're not delivering the food.
So they're going to have to probably send them a cease and desist from an attorney. Yeah. So that will cost $2,500 or so usually to retain an attorney for a small task.
I think it's $3,200.
$250 to $350 an hour if you get a cheapy one, which is crazy.
All you need is a letter, though. Man.
So what I got a text was, hey, can you somehow remove that domain? And I'm like, no, that's this other company. And he's like, they're not responding to emails and phone calls. Like I'm actually going to tell him a cease and desist letter.
That's what you got. Yeah, that's the only thing you got. I would get all their information before they start collapsing things that way. Yeah. Whatever they're sending it to, how to do it. But,
yeah.
But.
So
that's professional.
So that's where they try to go with the pro. The pro, though, what I found was they didn't have a big reputation to find. Like so one thing I'm going to say, which I think is important for people, when they reach out when you want to go with a pro, please, for God's sakes, just do a little due diligence. Google search, social search, ask AI now. What is the sentiment about this business? What are people saying about this business? And look through the reviews, filter from the worst, understand that some people are kind of go cuckoo when they're not happy about something, but just read through so you understand and then reach out. If you can't find enough information about them, that is a red flag. And go local when you can.
Yes.
Because at least you know they're in your same backyard, and most likely they work with other businesses in your backyard, and you can look up their reviews and see what people are saying down the street. So
or you're actually probably watching their stuff on your swiping anyway and liking it.
Mm-hmm. So
I'm sorry, I reached 50,000 on a video this week on
oh,
one of
good.
the
Oh,
restaurants.
yeah. You reached on our page too, the beat.
Yeah, oh yeah.
One of your restaurant ones. Your Grandpa's Kitchen, right?
Yeah.
That was a good
Oh
one.
no, that was the butcher shop, wasn't it?
Butcher shop went crazy. Grandpa's Kitchen is flying too. People love that.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep on doing that. We're going to keep on spotlighting little local businesses. I think this is a great way to kind of give people a literal taste of what it's like when you just simply showcase a business. And we have a pretty good big page. And, you know, some of our posts, boring news things won't go anywhere. You have a good following. So when you share it, it hits thousands more people, 10,000 people. So I think that this is, all right, let's do. So we're at about 45 minutes. So do you want to do one more good pro con? Or do you want to just keep on?
We're just kind of shit. We're just going. I know, but we're just shit showing. I know. I'll just keep watching for the orange flag.
Yeah. We'll have to.
We're having too much fun.
I know, right?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
We can call it.
Yeah, that was good. That was a real world one. So the lesson of today I guess this is a business buzz, a foodie buzz, because it's like we're at a restaurant. Is there's pros and cons to anything you do. Take your time, do your homework. Understand that there is an investment. If you're a business owner, there's an investment you have to make in your business. You've already done it if you're a business owner. You've taken the risk. You made the investment. Please, God, don't cheap out on the one thing that can attract people who have never and will never maybe drive by your physical place and see it or know anything about you. What do? They use their phone, they use their computer, and they try to find the information about you. That first impression, don't leave it up to your nephew. Don't leave it up to some fly-by-night place that doesn't have any reviews. Don't leave it up to yourself, because you are good at making, you can make a video by yourself. You're good at making tables, but you're maybe, make a video, sure. But don't rely on that. Go with someone who knows what they're doing. Go with people that have done it before, and they can show you their work about, hey, this is the results.
You're not getting an email. You're going to talk to individuals. That's so important, and I totally believe it. That's why I stay independent and go for the...
He's a human touch guy.
Yeah, I like to touch and feel. I like to know what my clients are feeling. Yeah. A lot of times I'm doing it, and they don't even contact me. So either I'm doing it really well. Right. They might correct me on some spelling. Every so often, but that's what AI is for now, right? Check your spelling before you send it out. Anyway.
Social media spell check.
Yeah. Hey,
they should add it right there. I know.
You can do professional, fun. Check my grammar.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I wasn't doing so well. It was very short captions.
They're using your voice thing every single time.
Yeah, I know. I talk like I have shit in my mouth. Anyway, sometimes.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's get out of here.
We'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Bye.